Hi, everyone. Before the class, I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Consider your first paycheck. How do you decide what to do with it? What kind of financial principles or financial knowledges could have influenced your final decisions? Do you save it? Or do you invest it? Or do you spend it? I don't know. It certainly depends on your personal goals. But some of you want to travel to Europe this summer. Some of you want to save up money for the new PS5. Or you have to pay your rent. All the daily tasks or dreams you have comes with a capital needs or a financial burden. And that's why we need to know finance. In the time span of the next few months, we will offer courses on specific financial topics. And I hope by the end of the educational program, you can be your own financial expert. All right, let's begin with intro to finance. What is finance? The definition of finance is the management, creation, and study of money, banking, credit, investments, assets, and liabilities. In simpler terms, finance could be described as the activity that involves money or monetary value. There's three general types of finance. There is personal finance, which we just talked about, your personal goals, your personal dreams. These are personal finance, since after your first paycheck, you need to decide whether to save it or invest it. Either way will help you to achieve your financial goals. But which way is quicker? That's a question that we need to answer in the future classes. But right now, we just get a basic concept, knowledge about personal finance, and its concerns individual or family monetary decisions. Corporate finance. This is potential your job in the future. It deals with financial decisions businesses make to maximize shareholder value. For a company, they have to decide whether we need to cut on the spending of our financial activities, or we need to seek capital needs, which is we need to borrow money or not, or do we need to sell more ownership to other people in order to get more money to maximize our company needs. The third one is public finance. That relates to the financial dealing of states as well as related public entities or agencies. Some of the public finance agencies are the SEC, IRS, Treasury Department, and much more. These are just some of the financial topics, and hopefully in the next few months, we will cover them one by one. Economics or finance. This is a question I got a lot. As the president of the financial club, people always ask, what is economics and what is finance? Well, I will not try to distinguish them since they are intertwined in many ways. But I will use the analogy from the Wall Street Journal, which is one of the most trusted financial news sources in the world. So the Wall Street Journal distinguishes the two fields of study into topics. For economy, the topics are central banking, consumers, housing, jobs, trade, and global. And for its financial sector, the Wall Street Journal says topic included banking, commodities and futures, currencies, investing, regulation, and stocks. So from the Wall Street Journal choose of topics for the two fields, economics is more generalist, right? They are focusing on banking, they are focusing on global trades, they are focusing on the housing market. But for the financial section of the Wall Street Journal, it's more specialist. It focuses on one thing, which is all the financial institutes and financial products, such as commodities and stocks and investing, also banking and other ones. Well, economics and finance are intertwined. There's certainly some differences between the two fields of study, such as economic theory and finance theory are different. For economic theory, the most popular or the most basic one you need to know is the monetary policy. It's not a financial theory because it has been applied into the real world, but it's certainly a concept that has been brought up by economists. So the monetary policy, there's the expansionary and contractionary. For the time being, I will not go in depth into the monetary policy. For financial theory, there's the September effect, which refers to the common thing where stock market returns are relatively weak during the month of September. Some say this is because, as students, we know September is the beginning of a new school year. So some of the parents who have to support their child will sell the stock they hold around September in order to pay the upcoming tuition. This is only just one of the thinking of it. But the other one is, since before September, it's August, people are traveling for their vacation and all that. It's the vacation season. Some of the fund managers or investment bankers have gone for vacation. And when they are back, they have to sell some stocks they hold. But that's just one of the thinking. Certainly, it depends on situation and individuals. Finance. I just defined finance in a few slides before, but finance could also be explained by the fundamental financial accounting equation, which is assets equal to liabilities plus capital. I will explain this equation through an example of a lemonade shop. So a lemonade shop could be your first startup. And what is the assets in the example of lemonade shop? Think about it. What is asset? Assets are resources owned by the businesses that have economic value. In the case of a lemonade shop, assets could include cash, inventories like lemons, sugar cups, and equipment such as lemonade stand and a juicer. Okay, now we have the assets. What is liability and capital? We can think of liabilities and capitals as a source of your capital needs to your capital needs. Liabilities are obligations the businesses owes to others. For the lemonade shop, liabilities might include a loan taken out to purchase the stand and the juicer. So you have to borrow from bank, basically. Borrow from bank. A equity represents the owner's claims on the businesses after all liabilities have been paid for, have been paid off. So for equity, you can think of it as 100%. So at the beginning, you own 100% of your own company. In this case, it will be the lemonade shop. But you are doing great in your business. And now you want to hire more people. You want to actually get a store. Or you just want to expand. Therefore, you have to give up some of your ownership, which is the 100% ownership at the beginning, but you want to expand, you have to sell off ownership for capital gains. Or you can say, do you want yourself or the cash? Not yourself, your business or the cash. So this is how I will explain the fundamental financial accounting equation, and I hope it helps. There's also three key financial statements, but for the time being, I will not explain them one by one. I will just name them. The first one is income statement. The second one is the balance sheet. And the third one is the cash flow statement. Finance in daily life. We talked about personal finance earlier. So therefore, we just apply personal finance into this. We talked at the very beginning that you might have a dream of going to Europe this summer or buying the new iPhone, or you have to pay your rent. So finance in daily life could be explained in a simpler term, which is your credit card, your Visa card, your Venmo, your Zelle. These are your daily activity or the tools for your daily financial activity or transactions, such as buying a coffee, lunch. It can go so on and so on. So every day you wake up from your bed, you can say that there will be one financial transaction happening in that day. High potential, but not every day, but for most of the days, I would say there definitely will be one financial transaction that took place. Now, finance. So when we talk about finance, I just explained a lot. There's different sections, fields of finance. There's daily transactions, this and that. There's also the lemonade shop example where there's financial institutes involved. So now you might have the thinking before the class that, oh, I just saw Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, or my family just experienced the 2008 financial crisis. So you might have the question in mind: are bankers, insurers, and also financiers good or evil? That's why I need to talk about the term fiduciary. Fiduciary is a legal term which refers to a person or business who is legally responsible to act in the best interest of their client. This term will be widely used in your contract with the financial institute. And for people who have took financial accounting, you also see GAAP, which is stands for the ethnic standard for accounting. And there's also the CFA licensing. And if you go to CFA Institute's website, you will find a section of ethnic conducts and standards. So therefore, for most of the financier in the field of finance, they have to act on behalf of the best interest of their client. And if the term fiduciary or other legal term is not used in your contract, you might want to think about it again. But fiduciary is just one of the legal terms, and I'm not here to offer any legal advice. Therefore, before you sign any contracts, you should find a legal professional or professionals to help you navigate your financial decision. Okay, now, what is finance jobs? For people who major in economics and business, you will wonder, okay, where am I going in the future? But at the same time, I would say finance is not limited to economics and business major. Computer science major is a major player in the field of finance. Legal professionals is also a major contributor to finance industry. There's also public sector, even psychology. There's behavioral finance, and also how to calculate and manage risk is a course offered at business school. So finance could be everything. It could also be history. As financial professionals in investment banking, you need to look at the historical patterns of the stock. If you invest in Tesla, you might also want to look at the historical car pricing history so that you can get a picture of, okay, If they are selling at a lower price, is the profit reduced or increased? That's some research and digging you have to do. So for finance jobs, it's not limited to doing Excels and PowerPoints, but also, most importantly, maybe, if also for invest, you don't want to be a speculator. Rather, you have to be an intelligent, holistic invest or financial professional. I hope today's lesson will benefit you in the near future. And talking about the near future, you can expect more courses on financial topics being offered by me or other board members who's at the Financial Finance Club. Thank you for watching.